Alrighty people, we are going to look at how to solve these two questions from the class today, the quiz review, if you will. Starting with the first one, keep in mind what the mole map looks like. Here it is here, in case you have forgotten. Alright, well you got your mole there in the middle. Then you have your sort of three cities surrounding it. And it's just a matter of what kind of roads go which way. There's always a road going to the mole. And we know that that road is always dividing by something. So tomorrow, just remember that you always divide going to the mole. Okay? And what you divide by is just a matter of what you're talking about. So for number, you're dividing by n sub a. For mass, you're dividing by molecular mass, relative molecular mass. And for volume, you're dividing by 22.4 liters per mole. Okay? And of course, there's also the one going away from the mole, and that's the one that you multiply by. So times 22.4, which is not going to be on the quiz tomorrow. Don't worry, I'm just completing your mole map for you. Times the molecular mass, or times n sub a, which is 6.022 times 10 to the power of 23. All that to say is that if you are starting with a number of molecules, that means that you're starting here, and you have to get to the mass. You have to go to moles first by dividing by dividing by Avogadro's number, and then multiply by the molecular mass to do that first question. So just like that, then we're going to start with our numbers. So 272 HCl molecules, and we're going to divide by Avogadro's number because in 1 mole there are 6.022 times 10 to the power of 23 molecules. And those units cancel out, and I'm left with moles, and then I'm going to multiply by the molecular mass of HCl, which is 36.5 grams in 1 mole, and those units cancel out, and you get your final answer then. 1.65 times 10 to the power of negative 20 grams to 3 sig figs, if you are counting sig figs right there, which we are. So 3 sig figs, there you go. Okay, and let's look at the next one, question number B there, starting with mass and going to grams, or starting with mass and going to number of H atoms. So this is the path we're going to take. So this is one of those 3-step conversions. We're starting with mass. Then we go to moles by dividing by molecular mass, then to molecules by multiplying by Avogadro's number, and then we have to figure out how many hydrogen atoms there are. Well, we know that there are 8 hydrogen atoms in 1 molecule, so that's our third conversion factor there. Always start with what you've been given, divide by the molecular mass, multiply by Avogadro's number, and then multiply by 8 H atoms for every 1 molecule of ammonium sulfide, and get your final answer, which I'm going to have to write below here. 7.43 times 10 to the power of 22 hydrogen atoms to 3 sig figs. 3 sig figs there, 3 sig figs there, 4 sig figs there. This is an exact number, so it does not affect sig figs. And there's your final answer. Hopefully you should get all of that, and the quiz tomorrow will seem like a piece of cake because it'll be almost identical to these processes. See you all then.